Have you ever thought to yourself, man, I thought I would be further along by now? Like you had certain aspirations for yourself when you were younger that just haven't materialized. The years have flown by and it just feels like you haven't made any significant progress. One of the most depressing things I can think of is reaching the end of my life and feeling like I never accomplished what I could have. Feeling devastated, not because I never understood my potential, but because I was viscerally aware of it the entire time, and yet I never did anything about it. Like a mute genius with a sort of locked-in syndrome, watching his life pass him by in the thrall of mediocrity, painfully aware of all that he could be, and yet brutally incapable of doing anything about it. Mediocrity is the silent murder of your most marvelous self. It is the plague of the masses, and it is the default operating system for the 99%. The kingdom of your most glorious self is far closer than you think. And in this week's letter, I'm sharing with you the basics. 1. Realize it's possible. 2. Craft a vision. 3. Self-educate. And 4. Start small. This is a letter to you, to listen to the voice of your highest self, to build towering work, to create and never stop creating. For the greatest tragedy of life is not death, but what dies inside us while we live. You have to believe it's possible. Belief is the key that unlocks the doorway of how. If you don't believe that it's possible to get to the goals that you want for your life, then you're never going to even start to figure out how to get there, let alone actually succeed. The information you need will simply evade your perception. Grand opportunities will slip you by. You will be forever stuck at your current level, a prisoner to your own disbelief. Instead, believe that change is possible. Open your mind to the possibility that you can do anything with your life. Become a possibilitarian. Self-education is the meta habit. Every aspect of your life is limited by your level of consciousness. You can only build as far as your awareness reaches. You can only capitalize on opportunities that register in your mind. And you don't know what you don't know. The strategies that you're employing in order to achieve the goals that you're seeking are limited by your ignorance and inexperience. And this is okay. This isn't something to feel ashamed about or to feel like you're an imposter, but it needs to change. To build without investing significant energy in your tool set, in your architecture, is to limit yourself to small creations. The true virtuosos of the world, the master producers, live in an entirely different realm of possibility than the rest of the world. This is because they've expanded their perception. They perceive opportunities that most people don't see. Raising your level of consciousness should be your priority. Read books, invest in courses, buy the coaching, self-educate, my friend, level up your character, right? Life's a video game. Try things, build, fail often. Do not let yourself slip into the dream state of mediocrity. Do not let yourself succumb to the affliction of average. The truth is, you'll never be 100% certain if your investment in your self-education is going to get you the results you want. And that's okay. At one point, you just have to take the leap. Like, it's going to take a few tries. You're going to fail. It's going to take a few years. Let it take a few years. That's fine. Okay. At the very least, this investment is going to act as a stepping stone for your next level. Okay. The most successful people in the world, they're the people who have failed the most often. So if you are avoiding failure, you are avoiding success. The antidote to information overload. The abundance of opportunities granted by the internet has made it hard to know what to do. It used to be that people didn't do much with their lives because of a lack of opportunity. Now people don't do much with their lives because there's too much opportunity. The plague of the masses is procrastination by information overload. So how do you protect your mind from this noisy sea that is the internet? Having a clear vision solves this. It allows you to process the information you are receiving so that it is actually meaningful. Your vision gives context to the information space. It's a lens through which you see the world. It's like your philosopher's stone, right? If you know that your ideal work lifestyle is to like work remotely and, make a lot of money and you don't want to start a business, like, that you have to now look into remote sales, for instance, right? Knowing what your ideal lifestyle or your ideal relationships or your ideal career is going to allow you to navigate social media, to seek out self-education, to hone specific skills rather than just being pulled to and fro by the merchants on social media who are trying to sell you their wares. You will be exploited by them and be led down rabbit holes that aren't even aligned with your vision because you don't have a vision, right? So having a vision allows you to actually navigate the information space and actually make progress. The moment you craft your vision, the world polarizes like a rod being magnetized into that which will get you closer and that which will push you further apart from your goals. In a world full of average, where most people's minds are muddled by digital distraction, their spirits tragically disconnected from their highest self, having a clear vision will propel you past the 99%. You're closer than you think. The difference between you and a better life is just a few days of doing the right things. Read a book, go on a walk, go to the freaking gym, stop going to sleep at 2 a.m. What are you doing, right? Do the basics, my friends. Start small, and you will be amazed by how much better you feel in just a few days. Okay, so that's my challenge to you. For the next 3 days, do the basics and see how much better you feel. You cannot worry about self-actualization, about vision, about purpose if you haven't even mastered the fundamentals of self-improvement. A short letter this week. If you haven't signed up for my newsletter and you want to read these essays before anybody else, then you can find that link in my bio. Additionally, I just finished creating a Your Next Level Notion system. So if you want a practical way of actually implementing this and going deeper and answering questions about your own self and your own goals and getting clear on your vision and making a plan together, then you can also find that in the link below. That's it for this week. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.